Everybody, Chris here. So can Dogecoin survive the market turmoil? We're going to talk about that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when my new videos come out, as well as when I do live streams. And on our live stream yesterday, we were talking about this sort of bearish momentum that's in the market. Some people say, oh, Chris, you're always a bull. Everything's... And I'm like, no, I'm a little more realistic. And yes, I do show bearish tendencies at times, which we are in now, no doubt. Overnight, we had a drop in the markets early this morning as well. Seemed to be recovering a little bit, but I'll show you why I think that happened and what the longer term view is in just a little bit. So let's get into it. Let me show you the charts in the news. I'll show you what I'm looking at. And we start here looking at the current Dogecoin chart at 18.25 cents, 18.25 early this morning. We did have a drop down here to 17.5 cents. Bitcoin dropped below 104. Actually, it was 103.5 on the dip, and everyone's freaking out, right? Bear market, right? Stock market crash, Black Friday, like all of this stuff, and I'm just going, guys, just settle down. It's just now, I'm not a perma bull, you know that, right? But instant reaction, yeah, that looks bad, that pullback, but why did that happen? What's going on with it? Let's take a look. Lark Davis starts us off with the overall market. Yes, it's very red, but look, over $1.2 billion liquidated from the crypto market in the past 24 hours. You're like, oh, Chris, you're always talking about liquidations. That's what moves the market, guys. The market makers, this has been going on forever. You guys know this about crypto, right? You know this. We're not in control. We are not in control, right? It's the Binance and it's the hyper liquid market makers that are moving the prices up and down. OKX, HTX, all of those where all of that gambling is being done. The exchanges don't want you to win, or not you, but those ones that do that high leverage trading. And this is what happens. This is what happens. This is not the time for over leveraging. Stop revenge trading and trying to catch falling knives. Don't blow up your trading account. Your job right now is to survive. That's right. That's what it is. Dogecoin struggles and slides. Market turmoil deepens. What's the market turmoil? We'll get to that in just a second. Peter Schiff, of course, gold, right? Let's pile into gold. Peter Schiff has been heavily bear posting about Bitcoin again, comparing its weakness to gold's explosive strength. Historically, though, Peter has been a great inverse indicator. Now we see reports all over the world, like people are just flocking to gold, fear of fiat, fear of credit, right? All of that. It's a short-term thing, though. I think it's just a short-term thing. Yes, there is some market turmoil. There is some uncertainty with, some regional banks and some things. I'll get to that in just a second. But right now, overall, I mean, these things happen, right? And just because it's October again and stock market crash in 1987 was October and Black Friday, like all of that. But that's all just FUD, I think, and that's just fear in the market. This is what is driving this in crypto. Overnight, Bitcoin driving down, taking out these big yellow lines here, hundreds of millions of dollars of leverage on Bitcoin. Now, there's a lot of shorts up here. Look at all the short traders right now that are in the market making money. They're going to get them. I think they're going to get these shorts. So more liquidity to the upside. After the flush longs, traders are stacking shorts, creating more liquidity on the upside. That liquidity is gambling, right? And when Bitcoin does turn around and comes back up to 111 and 112,000, right? You guys are going to remember, yeah, Chris did say that, didn't he? Yeah, Chris did say that. Because it's going to happen. It happens all the time. Crypto, fear and greed. Now, not all the time, right? We're in a full bear market, yeah, but I don't think we're there yet. There's a lot of people saying bear market. Crypto fear and greed index, 23 fear. We're on the lower end of fear, right down here. We're on the lower end of fear, almost into extreme fear. Last time we were there was April. back in April. Remember what happened back in April? That was all the Trump tariff stuff, right? And it was like, yeah, good times. No, it wasn't. It was bad. But Bitcoin was $75,000 then, right? Now it's $105,000. And we're in just about the same sentiment. But Bitcoin's up $30,000 since then. It's like, this is the new crypto market. This is what's happening. Yeah, Yahoo Finance this morning. Yeah, over here we've got futures trading. It's not that bad. The Dow futures is down 0.04%. That's nothing, right? This is not the start on the stock market of a big crash, right? Yes, Wall Street credit worries intensify. Jamie Dimon made some cockroach quote or something. It's just like, I mean, this guy, right? He's two-faced. He's just always been. And now he's like, we know he's been stacking Bitcoin, but out in front, he's like out there speaking against it. But investors fled shares of regional banks, an investment bank tied to the bankruptcy of an auto parts maker on Thursday. So there's some little ripple effect there of, big loans out there and a company went bankrupt. But I think that is just, I think that's just a small thing. But yeah, credit fears, right? S&P 500 futures slide, credit fears stalk the markets. So that's kind of a thing that's out there, yes. But all of this, I think, is tied to the overall U.S. government shutdown, right? The market uncertainty, like all of that has this ripple effect. We need to get that done. Again, hopefully next week, right? Both sides finally get together and they blame each other, right? Democrats, Republicans all blame each other, but hopefully that all gets solved. Look, Gel finally updated this chart. I was waiting for this. He finally updated it. And these are all of the pullbacks in bull markets. If you guys have been here for a while, you know I've shown you this chart before. These are the pullbacks of Bitcoin during bull market. We're not talking the bears. We're not talking 2018, 2019. We're not talking about 2022, right? Those were huge pullbacks. No, this is during the bull market. There were pullbacks. Like 2020, 2021, 23%, 15%, 32%. 26%, right? These were big pullbacks. And even since 2023, as Bitcoin has been marching up to new all-time highs, we've had pullbacks, many of them over 20%, and even two of them over 30%, right? This is the one in April that we had, 32% drawdown. Right now, we're only about 17% drawdown. So this is what this is just a continuation of this trend. We're not even talking about 2017. Where we had 40% drawdowns, right? That was incredibly volatile and intense. But even during the big bull market, there were these huge pullbacks, people freaking out. I think this is just another one. Master Kenobi's like, look at total 3, right? Testing the 200-day moving average right here. And is this a sign? Now it's fallen back below again in April, right? Same thing. Fear, right? You get the extreme fear, right? The pullback below the 200-day moving average. We had the same thing the summer before here in 2024, right? Trading below. So I'll be watching this as we go forward. We've got Binance, right? Who's doing all the... It's Binance again. And guess what? The French government is investigating money laundering by Binance. Short-term fear, but it's something. Somebody should do something, I think, about Binance. Maybe the French government is going to lead the way on this. But fear usually marks the bottom, and this all turns around. There's just so much leverage trading out there. But what about Doge, right? The best time to be buying Dogecoin is right now. Loading up heavily. Bounce imminent. I mean, this is what all the charts are showing, is that, we're stuck in like the pullback, and everyone's, short-term focus is like fear. But this is the time to buy on the red candles. Javon Marks, again, Dogecoin gets ready for the next cyclical surge to new all-time highs and beyond. I mean, the market structure is certainly there. We've had it 2016 into 2017, 2020 into 2021, and here we are, right? 2024 into, and now 2025, this, end of 2024, we had the big run up, 48 cents. The market structure is showing Doge higher. We can survive this market turmoil. We can get to a parabolic phase, which we have not had this cycle. Some point to November into December 2024, that 200 and 250% run that Dogecoin had. But that's just the warm-up to what can come. And finally, Bitcoin census, we look zoomed out, the monthly, the macro cycle, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. We have the red drawdown, that is the bear. We have the green reset. And then we have the parabolic run. Again, 2018 to 2020, we have the drawdown, we have the reset, and then we have the parabolic run. So 2022 into 2023, the drawdown, right? We were buying Doge down here at 5-6 cents, right? That's where we were loading up. Some of you weren't here then, I get that, right? And you bought up here back in November, December, and now you're disillusioned that Doge is lower than it was. But this is, again, this was the reset here into 2024 and early 2025. And yes, we had drawdowns. And this is what can happen. Look at previous price history. It has always followed the same market structure, finishing with a massive move at the end of the cycle. And we haven't had that yet. Now, I believe, like X money is going to launch, right? X payments. Doge won't be on it, but just that alone is going to create big hype and all this stuff around Elon again and all of that. That could be the one big thing. We know we've been slowly building all this utility, the House of Doge. Doge OS is coming with all of that other utility and apps being built on like a layer 2 for the Dogecoin blockchain. Like all of that is good stuff. But the explosive move still yet to come, in my opinion. But right now, yeah, it's a little bearish. I get it, right? You wake up this morning and you see the red candles. No, Doge down lower. But this is the market turmoil, right? And all this stuff going on. We just need to clear all that out. Rate cuts, right? Coming in less than 2 weeks. Get the U.S.-China trade war like figured out. Hopefully Trump doesn't just tank the markets again. So all that is coming. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about the market turmoil and Doge? I know a lot of you are down. I get it. I get it. I'm still like looking at the bigger picture, though, of this overall cycle that I don't think is done yet. Give the video a like if you haven't already. Please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.